Carmen invites you to consider a new perspective on success. What you do, how you do it, and so on. Here is Carmen Carr with How You Be.
Success is such an important identification in our lives. How successful are you? How successful would you like to be? And most of all, how successful should you be? If you would have asked me 10 years ago, Carmen, how do you identify success or a successful person? I would have replied to you by the car they drive, the house they live in, and the money they have in their bank account. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and successful people in this room, I was wrong. Embarrassingly wrong. Because I perceived success living from the outside in. Rory Warden wrote this quote, "Success is not owned, it is rented. And the rent is due every single day." That quote lingered with me, and I've reflected on it often. A salvation came to me when I became an entrepreneur and being an independent contractor, being responsible for my own success. And having numerous reminders throughout the years and days. My life's philosophy changed, perceiving life or success from the inside out. How you be is an important aspect when you follow the path of success. It is not about the car you drive, the house you own, or the money you have. It is about how you be will support what you do and how you do it. Who has been to the East Shore of Lake Tahoe? This past fall, I went to the East Shore of Lake Tahoe for a day. I called it a Carmen Day. I turned off my phone and I went off to enjoy the emerald blue waters, the wonderful sunshine, and the sandy beaches. It was truly rejuvenating. On my drive back, this sudden urge overcame me that it made me act immediately, crossing 2 lanes into the parking lot of the 7-Eleven. I was a woman on a mission. Stepping into the walls of the 7-Eleven, hoping they would have what I needed to fulfill my wishes. I searched, not being so familiar with the inside of a 7-Eleven. I was stumped and I almost felt defeated and disappointed because I could not find what I was looking for. The lady behind the counter, her name tag read Betty. She read my mind. She pointed to the freezer by the front door. I don't know how I missed it. I must have been blinded. I went to the freezer, and there it was, salvation. I picked up the chocolate-covered vanilla Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar. My perspective on life changed. I felt content and satisfied. As I opened the ice cream, I handed the money to Betty. Very few words needed to be exchanged between the two of us. A simple thank you and you're welcome. As I enjoyed my ice cream bar, I observed Betty. She didn't just treat me like I was the only person in the 7-Eleven with a significant need and she had the answer. She treated every single person that walked through that door like they entered the Ritz-Carlton. It didn't matter what car she drove or that she was a clerk at the 7-Eleven. What really mattered was how she chose to be, living from the inside out. She chose to be compassionate, to be attentive, to be loving, to be caring. And that's how she pursued her success, from the inside out, working at a 7-Eleven, pretending it was the Ritz-Carlton. It was her choice. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Because I invite you to consider how you be will support you on your path to true success, living from the inside out. Success is not owned, it is rented, and the rent is due every single day. That quote has changed my perspective on life and the way I perceive the world. It has transformed my life and my success in my life. How you be. I encourage you, give it a try. Choose 3 adjectives that you feel very strongly about that could describe how you want to treat other people, how you would want to attempt to approach every single project within your life. Just consider being compassionate, being loving, being empowering, being inspiring, being courageous, being present, being brave. Can you imagine identifying yourself with 1, 2, or 3 of those adjectives and applying them to every single thing you do? Reminding yourself, that's who I truly am. That's how I am. Could you imagine how the world would change? How you perceive the world when you declare the new you within you? Fellow Toastmasters, I invite you to consider living from the inside out and how you be.